It's time for Wacky World Studios Sketching with Steven, featuring art director Steven Walker.
Welcome back, Wacky fans. Great to see you again. We're here for another episode of Sketching with Steven. This time we're going to be doing one of our really cute characters. We're going to be doing one of our baby sea turtles. Now this one's a lot of fun, and we're going to draw a little bit of the shell this time. Normally we've just been doing the heads of most of the characters, but we'll get a little bit of the body in our drawing this time. Our sea turtle is very round. So again, just like with all the other characters we've drawn, we're going to be starting with circles. We have some C shapes, some U shapes, lots of those curvy round lines in a baby sea turtle. She has really big eyes and even eyelashes, just to make her look a little bit more baby-like. So before we get started drawing, you know what time it is. It's time to loosen up. So go ahead and rotate those shoulders. Round and round they go. There you go. Shake it out. Okay, there you go. Get nice and loose. All right, it's time to draw. So the first thing we're gonna do with our baby sea turtle is we're gonna start with a circle shape. Okay, and we're gonna draw that in the center of our page, about the size of a grapefruit. She's got a really big head, so we need a little bit larger of a circle this time. Again, babies, they have that bigger forehead and those big eyes, so we just need to make her look very baby-like. Okay, now once you have a circle, we're gonna put some guidelines on that circle. So let's start with the vertical guideline. Going top to bottom, it'll curve towards the right side of your page. Very light. This is just a guide to help us place all the features on our little sea turtle. Okay, now the next guideline is gonna go left to right and curve towards the bottom. It'll be in the lower bottom half of that grapefruit shape. All right, so the first feature we're gonna put on our baby sea turtle are her eyes. Okay, she's got very large eyes. So let's start with the left eye here. And her eye is a nice big egg shape. So let's go ahead and draw a big egg shape over here on this side. And keep it light, and then when you're happy with the shape, you can start to go over it. There we go. Okay, so her eye is sitting on top of her cheek. She's smiling really wide, so let's put that cheek at the bottom of her eye shape. Just a little curved line right there. Okay, and then underneath that cheek, we're gonna do a little smile line. It's just a little dimple because she's smiling so wide, pushing that cheek up. Okay, so before we draw the other eye, I'm gonna draw her nose, okay? And she's got a letter C-shaped nose, and it's actually a backwards letter C. So that's gonna start right about where these guidelines meet, just a little bit above that line there. Okay, and just draw it in nice and light at first. Gonna curve around. It'll go a little bit outside your circle, then back up to that smile line there. Okay, and there's her nose. Okay, so now for the other eye, it's the same egg shape that we drew for the first eye. It's on the opposite side of your guideline. And again, it's really big. It's gonna take up most of the top part of your circle. And it's actually gonna touch the side of your circle. So, bring it all the way over to the side there. You're happy with your lines, you can always go back over them. Okay, so she needs a little smile line on this side now, so we're gonna draw another dimple right below her eye. And then another smile line underneath that dimple. Okay, so next let's draw her cheeks, okay? Her cheeks are two more C shapes, under C shapes. That's funny. Okay, so let's start with a C shape right here where the horizontal guideline's touching the side of your circle. I'm gonna draw a C shape that curves down and just below her smile. And that's the side of her cheek. Okay, and again, the same thing on the other side, another C shape. This one's a backwards C. And we're gonna draw a little hint of her mouth. It's just a little curved line right here underneath her nose that we drew earlier. I'm gonna go ahead and move up to the top of her head now. We're gonna finish off that part and then we'll come back down here and we'll start putting all those fun sea turtle shapes like her shell and her fins. So let's come back up to the top of her head and we're gonna draw an eyebrow first. So it's gonna curve off the side of your circle here and kind of follow the same shape of your eye. So it's just a curved line that comes right off the top of the circle and follows the eye shape. Okay, and you're gonna do the same thing on this side. This one bumps outside the circle just a little bit. That creates that eyebrow. And then I'm just gonna darken in the top part of that circle because that's the top of her head. Now, sea turtles have lots of freckles, and the freckles are the fun part because you can put them anywhere you want. You can really make this your own. So to make a freckle, they almost look like polka dots. We're gonna start right here on the top of the head with our first polka dot shape. Since it's a 3D shape, you're only gonna see part of it. Okay, and we'll do a couple more, curving around the top of that head for those freckles. Now you can put these wherever you want. Like I said, you can really make this your own. Maybe we do a couple right here on her forehead between her eyes. They can be different sizes. Maybe this one's a little bit bigger. And then we do maybe a little smaller one right next to that. Now our freckles are a different color too, so if you wanted to shade them in, you can go ahead and just quickly scribble those in to give them some shading. We also have polka dots on her cheeks too. She's got little freckles there, so we're gonna draw a couple little spots here on her cheeks as well. Maybe one big one and one small one. Again, you can put them wherever you want. Put them on both cheeks. There's no wrong way to do this, so just have fun with it. And then again, go ahead and if you want to shade those freckles in, go ahead and give them a little shading. Okay, she also has some polka dots on her nose too, some freckles there. So if you want to draw maybe one long one, you can do a long one. And you can shade that as well. Once again, make it your own. This is your character, your drawing. Have fun with it. Okay, so that's going to finish off her main head. We're going to go ahead and draw her shell as well on this one. Again, we usually do just the head, but this one I think will be fun if we put a little shell in there too. So let's start with the neck. Her neck's going to be popping out of her shell. So we're going to start with a curved line down here at the bottom of her cheek. Then another one up the other cheek. So you have two curved lines. And then just connect those two lines with a U shape. Now our baby sea turtle, she has a little collar around her neck. So we're gonna start with that collar shape, which will be basically another U shape. It curves out from behind the neck, curves down, and then it curves back behind the other side of the neck. And that creates the collar. And she's got a few little bumps on that collar, so let's just draw a couple lines here for those bumps. Maybe one in the middle as well. Okay, so now for the shell. Now the shell is a very long S curve. It's a very curvy S shape. And it's actually going to come out from behind this collar here. So let's start with the left side. Just behind that collar, you're going to curve down. And then you're going to curve back up, big long wavy line, and then back down again. Okay, so there's the first part of the shell. Okay, and then we'll do the same thing just above that. Same exact shape, follow the same curve. big long S curve. Okay, and the top of her shell is just an upside down U shape. So up there we're gonna just draw a big arching letter U. And that's the top of her shell. Okay, and again, there's some bumps on the top of her shell, so if you just want to draw some little lines there, that'll show you where those bumps are. And that's going to finish off that side of the shell. Now we're going to have a little bit of the shell poking out on this side here. So we're going to, again, draw a kind of an S curve coming off the other side of that collar. And then the same S curve just above it. And then connect those two with another curved line. That's the back side of the shell there. Okay, so we're going to draw the front, the chest of our turtle, the front part of the shell. That's just another curved line, a letter C, backwards letter C, nice and long, stretched out. It just comes down from that curved S line that we did before, and just down to the bottom of your page. And then on the front of your shell, you're going to have more bumps. So we're going to draw a little cross here. It's going to be one line down, and then another line across. And that'll be those bumps on the front part of the shell. Okay, so now for the flippers. The flippers are really fun because there's more freckles on them. So let's do the left flipper first, since we're not going to see much of that. It's just going to come out of that S shape and just curve off the side of your page. There's just a little curved line right there. Okay, so now on the other side, this one we're going to see more of this flipper. This is going to be another S curve. It's going to curve right off where the top of the shell is. Going to curve way out to the side here. Long, stretched out S shape. Think of like an ocean wave maybe, since we're drawing under the sea. And then you can do another curved line off the side of the shell and connect it to the one you just drew. Sort of looks like a giant spoon or a butter knife when it's all finished. Okay, so again, there's freckles on the flipper, so let's draw some freckles. We're gonna draw our freckles on the top of the flipper. So we'll draw them on the top side again, just like we did up at the top of the head. So just draw a bunch of little polka dot, almost gumdrop shapes even. All different sizes, like some bigger, some smaller, all the way out to the end there. Okay, and then we'll put some more polka dots on this flipper over here. You're only gonna see maybe one of them. Okay, and let's just shade those in, just like the ones we did up top. Okay, so it's time to put the eyes in our character, but before I put the eyes in, you have the option, if you want, you can add a few little eyelashes. Those are always nice little touches, especially for a baby characters. If you want them to look a little younger, you can put some eyelashes on the top. So the eyelashes are just going to be 3 little curved lines up here at the top. Maybe make the center eyelash a little longer than the outside eyelashes. And you can just darken those in. Do the same thing on the other eye. Okay, and now let's put those pupils in. The pupils are really, really big. They're bigger than most of our other characters, again, because it's a baby. So you're going to draw some nice big circles in the corners of her eyes. Let's have her looking up. Maybe she's looking at the mommy sea turtle. Nice big pupils. There you go. Do another one in this eye. Okay, and then inside that we're going to draw 2 more circles, very large. One of them is going to be the highlight of the eye. And then you can shade in the middle circle. That's the pupil there. Okay, well there's our sea turtle. So when you're finished and you've got all those freckles on there, make sure you sign it. Of course, you can always color your drawing as well. Our sea turtles have appeared in many of our environments. They're some of the most popular characters we have. One of my very favorite environments is a hospital room that we did a 3D sculpted one in a wrecked ship popping through a porthole. I love that project. It's beautiful. So they are some very popular characters. I hope you enjoyed drawing this one. If you guys have any suggestions for future characters you'd like to see, please let us know in the comments. Thank you again for drawing with me, and I hope you guys have a great day. Bye.